Hi everyone, welcome back to the MBL family channel. Today we're going to talk about safety tips and actually beginner tips for all ages. I'm going to let the kids talk because I want to hear their perspective. We can come and say our perspective as an adult, which is important and nice and so on, but we want to hear from them, their perspective, how they feel following those stuff. All right, first we're gonna have Leo. He will give us some safety tips and some tips for automatic bikes and electric bikes.
You want to start riding on the gas because it's softer. And when you're getting better, start riding on the pavement.
All right, now let's listen to Lenny for some tips for shifting beginners.
Hi, I'm Lenny, and these are my shifting tips for early shifters. When you're starting, you have to start going first gear first. Then when you start getting better, you'll go in second. Tip number 1. When you're starting, pull the clutch, put your bike on first gear, then press the gas very gentle and let the clutch slowly. Once the bike starts moving, hold the clutch fast and press the brakes, and keep on doing that Tip number 2, do the same thing as tip number 1, but this time when you let go of the clutch and the bike starts moving, put your feet on the foot pegs. Then once it starts, then just wait a few seconds when it's moving, then hold the clutch, put your feet down, then press the brakes. Tip number 3. Once you start getting better at that, you can start going to second by do the same thing as tip 2, but this time give it to gas, get a big space, let go of the clutch fully until you let go of the clutch fully. Then once it's going fast enough, quickly hold the clutch, shift up with your leg, press the gas and let go of the clutch quickly. And then you'll start moving like an automatic.
Okay, so thank you for your tips, guys. I'll summarize it a little bit, but I'll take it a little bit from adult perspective. So just like Leo mentioned, let's make sure we're starting on grass, because if something happens, it's softer. Second, let's make sure we have full protective gear, including helmet and good jeans and a jacket and so on. The third thing is, like Lenny mentioned, when we start shifting, we want to pull the clutch in. We want to give it a little bit of gas and release very slow the clutch. We want to find the sweet spot where the bike starts moving. We need to repeat that a few times. When we feel comfortable, that's the time where we can lift our legs. When we at this point, we can start actually riding. And my recommendation is ride in first gear for a while and make sure when you're slowing down, you pull the clutch back in when you're braking, and then just practice starting, braking. When you feel comfortable enough, that's the time where we're starting to actually shift. So when we're going on first gear, the clutch is all the way out. We give it some gas. Now we can hear the engine revving. At this point, we pull the clutch back. We shift to second gear, which is up, and we release the clutch slowly again, while again we're giving it some gas. And then we want to slow down. We're going to pull the clutch back to first gear. While we giving a little bit of gas, we release the clutch, we're slowing down, and then again clutch in, brake, stop. We pull our leg down, and we need to be comfortable before we're hitting the pavement or going faster than that. So it sounds very obvious and everybody thinks, oh, it's pretty easy, and it is. It's not a big deal, but you want to make sure you do it safe and you feel comfortable enough with your motorcycle before you're hitting the road. So those are the first tips. If we go a little bit further, then I assume now you feel comfortable, you know how to shift, you know how to operate your motorcycles, and now we're just hitting the road. While hitting the road, my biggest tip is always wait for others. Never assume that others know how to ride, know how to drive. Everybody's suspicious, everything's suspicious. Always look forward, always be careful as possible. Look around you, don't assume anything. The only assumption is that I count on myself, and you should count on yourself. If you don't feel safe enough, go slower, and it doesn't matter what the traffic says. You don't feel confident, go slower. You don't feel safe enough, even pull aside. You feel something wrong with your motorcycle, pull aside, check what's going on. Do not take any risk, because a motorcycle is not forgiving. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.